Today we got a special guest, one of my close friends and one of the, a profound actor, one of the best in the business, Rogelio Lorenzo. What's up, my guy?
Hey, what's happening with you, man?
What's good, man?
Just chilling, man. Just chilling.
So, Rogelio, man, we want to talk about like your roles, man. You've been in a lot of movies, man, so far. You mind if I go down the list?
Yeah, man.
So you've been in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, before we get to Walking Dead, let's just name it, because The Walking Dead is special.
That's amazing.
We know that's special to you,
Special to me.
and we got a lot to talk about with that.
Yeah,
but you were in Containment.
Yeah,
you were in Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah.
Studville TV. Satisfaction, and it's been a bunch of other movies that I can't even.
Yeah.
You can name them, as we go along.
Yeah, definitely.
You were also in the series, The Pressure TV.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, which was
Yeah, directed by this guy that I know.
by a guy that we know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Directed by me and you just been great, bro.
Appreciate that.
And also you in the film with me and Joan. You in Track of Betrayal.
Track of Betrayal. Coming soon to platform near you. Yep.
So, what's your process like, bro? You know, when you get into character into these characters.
It's not real.
It's not real.
Gotta remind myself, because we finna go deep with that one, man. I definitely like to get into the characters. Like, they all personal to me. Like, once I play the character, I don't just immediately let them go. I can always think about that character and kind of start bolding with them like they're a piece of me, you know what I mean?
Double back.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's something like when you play like on a series that you directed, The Pressure, playing Officer Fence like over and over again, he became a part of me.
Right.
So that's a character, like, if we was to say we're gonna shoot something, and it's been a little while since we worked on that project, but we could say right here today we're gonna shoot something for that, and I could just snap right back into him because he's somebody that's familiar to me. So yeah, I take all my characters personal, and the fun part about playing them is like, they're never the person that you're gonna meet like in real life. They're always gonna be somebody that a piece of me is gonna be in the character, but I like to play the character like the character, not like I'm just every character is me. You know?
Right. That makes sense. You just transform into that to that person.
Yeah, definitely.
So man, I remember The Walking Dead.
Yes, sir.
Now you were on The Walking Dead for how many seasons?
Total of 3.
Total of 3 seasons.
True 2 seasons, because I did season 6 season finale, then I did all the season 7. And I want to say, with the exception of, I did all of season 8 also, because I think I died in the finale on that.
Okay, and I remember seeing you on TV. I remember being like, because I'm a fan of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I remember being like, man, I'm just sitting there watching. I said, oh, they go. I remember going crazy. And then you had this thing going on, bro. Like, it was a beanie. You had the red beanie. And Rose's character was very well known. It became an actual thing where you had fans.
It's one of them cult classic type things.
What season was?
Season 7 is the main season. That, like, when I came, my character kind of came to life on that. Definitely. Season 8, I was also on there. Season 7 was the most fun though, because season 8 I was like a POW. I had all the dirt had been done already, and season 8 was all about suffering consequences of our actions.
Yeah.
So season 7 was lit because those was when the actions was going on. That's when we pretty much came and I think the opposition had been the zombies for a long time, and we brought like a human force in there, and we was some enforcers. Yeah, so it definitely, at the time, the show was the #1 show on TV, and so that's what brought a lot of exposure to myself and the character. But it was by design, man. I got online, I started engaging with the fans. I just played it, I think, I don't want to say played it, it was genuine, but I had fun with it. And as a result, my character, my role, it expanded. My relationship with the showrunner and with the people involved in the production process, it built. Right. They wanted to give me more opportunities, and it's a beautiful thing. I consider all them people family. Like, everybody I dealt with on that show, they were definitely family. Right. And that's how I should feel on any project that you put your heart and soul into. You should feel like you're working with your family, not just with your coworkers. Anyway, I digress on that.
Okay. What was one of the most memorable moments on that set? Like something that you could just come straight to your mind off the muscle.
Well, seeing Andrew Lincoln, that played Rick Grimes, get stuck in his character and forget that that's where I got it's not real from.
Yeah.
Because he started screaming that out because he's trying to snap himself out of it. It was the scene where his son gets his arm cut off.
Coral.
And he got caught up in the scene. Yeah, we had to shut down production for about 30, 45 minutes while he got himself together because he got, like when he in there crying and he upset and he going through all these different emotions and anger and all of this, it was real.
It's intense, yeah.
It was real. Like when you watching that on that show, what he was feeling and what he's conveying, he had convinced himself it was real. So that's not acting. I mean, it's acting, but it's acting on a whole nother level. You know?
Yeah.
It was like, and when you said that's what come to mind. Those moments right there on that show, like it's clinic, man.
And what did that teach you? Like with you watching someone being transformed and being 100% just so into their character.
Him as an actor, he impacted all of us around him.
Right.
We started getting absorbed into it, and we started becoming like these characters. Like it, you know, like I go to work and it's not work because we're doing what we love, but I go and I'll be excited about the day. It's The Walking Dead, bro. You come to work and you might not live through the day. They might point at you and say it's your turn to die because that is the nature of this beast. And so, but that was the exciting part. Like I volunteered, but they wouldn't kill me. I'd be like, "Hey, kill me!" Nah, not you. Nah, it ain't your turn. Hey, funny sidebar. I keep it as short as possible. I actually died several times on that show, but they would just refuse to show these scenes. Man, they just keep cutting it out, and would love the death scene. They'd applaud and be excited, but then they'd be like, "You're just doing it just because."
It's your character that was, right?
Yeah, man. Because you know, and I told my coworkers that because some people be scared to die, not even in real life. You know what I'm saying? Just on the show. Right. Now let's be clear. I'm not excited about that, but it's not something I fit. You know what I'm saying? Now on a show, it's a rite of passage. It's an honor to die on a show called The Walking Dead. That's the #1 show on TV. Like your death, make it a beautiful death. So to be memorable.
Take pride in your death.
Yeah, take pride in it.
Yeah.
Jerk that thing. Pop like a little bit.
Oh man.
Yeah, man, it's fun, man. I ain't gonna lie, man.
So speak about one like your first role you ever had, and what you remember about it.
Whew, that's a tough one because. Okay, alright. My first televised role. I was on Steve Harvey on Family Feud with my family.
Okay.
Yeah, man. That's where I got the bug from. I signed my family up, you know, thinking it was some clickbait. Before we even said clickbait, I don't think we were saying that term then, but I'm like, this can't be real, but let me try it out. Because that's kind of like, when I look back, that's how I've done a lot of things. I like to take risks and try stuff. I did. They hit that. And it was Steve Harvey's first season. I think they had an agenda of getting a lot of black families on there, families of nationality. Nothing wrong with that, because you know the other ones had their turn. It was our turn now, and it was his first season, and our family got selected. They weren't even shooting. They shooting in Atlanta now, also I think, but then they were just shooting in Orlando at Universal Studios, and also in Universal Studios out in Cali. So we traveled to Orlando, auditioned. Because it's just like trying to get a role on a TV show.
Like a show.
You have to audition. You don't just, you go down, you audition. There's hundreds of families that got selected to audition. You thinking, oh, I'm going because I'm on the show. Yeah. They don't tell you much. Because y'all work in film, it's a need-to-know basis. Like I said, you might go to work on Walking Dead. You don't know. Even if
it's a production.
Yeah, they keep that from you, you know. So, yeah, you go, you do the audition. And I can't say that we did super well with the points in the audition. It wasn't about the points. It was personality. Were you TV watchable? They were more so going for that. And you know, me and my sister, we got good sense of humor, and they liked us, and they selected us, and then we went on there, and I proceeded to get every answer wrong that I. What? That red X might as well have been painted on my shirt. But it was fun. It was an experience, and I wanted that again. You know, I met Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey was cool. He's more street than you think he is. You know, he was cool. After that, let me see. I started doing the music videos, man.
Oh yeah.
Doing the roles and playing. That would have been my next, I think, paid gig after that.
Okay. So, what would you say is your most important to you? The one that kind of.
Officer Freddie Fence, man.
Okay.
And that's not because I'm in this interview with you, but shout out to you. You gave me an opportunity that nobody else had gave me to actually play a lead role and put some things on my shoulder and have some accountability for the, you know. It's one thing to be in, you know, a minor role on a big show, but to play a major role on something that's limited visibility, it's a lot of responsibility that comes with that because you kind of carry it.
Yeah.
I took it serious, I think that's my most memorable role. That was my most important role because that responsibility made me grow some muscles in this acting thing.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about it. Yeah.
Yeah, you did a great job, by the way.
Appreciate that, bro.
And our most latest film, man, I'm happy you came through, you know what I'm saying?
Got my buzz,
man. You know what I'm saying? And I was excited.
Shout out to you too.
And I was
protagonist and antagonist.
So I was extremely excited to get you guys together. Seriously, like, cause I know June's a incredible actor.
Yeah, excellent.
And you're an incredible actor. And I was like, you remember before y'all even met, I said, man, I can't wait you meet this.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this, I can't wait you meet June.
Yeah,
and then when y'all came together, I was like, man, this magic.
It's happening.
So,
it's happening.
So, I'm looking forward to our next project.
I can't wait either, man. I'm ready, man.
And I guess like what do you see yourself next? Like what do you want to do next?
Well, you know, that's a tough one. I mean, I want to continue to make art, right? In different forms of art. Like, that's just me. I love to make art. I think that I wanna be more creative and get outside of this comfort zone. You know, I do have my limitations on what I'm willing to do as a character. But at the same time, I want to challenge myself. I want to try some new things. So that's what I kind of see on the horizon. I want to do some comedy, man. You know, I love making people laugh, and I'm always playing these gangsters and these hardened criminals, or even when I'm playing the police, you know, I'm still playing
serious roles.
Yeah, serious roles, and I just want to cut loose. You know, and comedy ain't always about being a gesture, right? But it's timing. Comedy is timing.
And then people don't know comedy is probably one of the hardest genres to get through to people because everybody think they funny in their own way. Like, oh, I think I can make it. But I've seen movies that are not funny at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Hundreds of movies.
Right.
And it's like, they got the comedy title on them, but they're not funny.
They're not funny, right.
Because it's hard to portray it to the audience. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not going to think the shit that you think funny is funny.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know, so like, me just doing, you know, trying to do comedy every now and then, I'm like, and then it's like, that's not that funny.
well, you know, it's trial and error, man. I think like it's just like a comedian doing stand up, right? They don't just jump in front of. You got your occasional Michael Jordans, you know,
like naturally.
But they still got to do tours just to try out their material to see what works.
If you followed them, you would see they tell the same joke a whole lot.
A whole lot.
Yeah,
so that's a whole tour.
It's just like spitting your verse on a song. So I think like we're all saying the same thing. Repetition in doing it is what gives you the structure, but getting outside the comfort zone, that's what's gonna give you like that oomph, that wow factor.
That range.
Yeah. So I know for me to go to the next level, I need to get my toolbox more full of some more challenging roles.